How are you?
Good, thank you. How are you?
I'm good. Talking.
Really impressed with the reaction the show is getting. Like every season gets better and better.
Yes, I am blown away by the support that we're getting. Certainly online, you can see it. You can see people getting excited, and it's science fiction. I think people really. I'm a science fiction nut, and I get into my shows and stories too, and so I feel like it's exciting to be on this side of that. You know. Of the individual characters, I think we'll understand more certainly about who they are, how they got to be the way they are. We're going to understand a lot more about the world and how the world got to be the way that it is, which is kind of a backstory, right? It's an origin story, really. So.
Talking about how the world got to be the way it is, we saw the video of the guy who killed himself.
Yeah.
And we saw this, I bet it was a hologram or whatever. Her name is Allie?
Her name is Allie. She is a hologram, but she's technically an AI that has an avatar sort of physical presence in the house.
She was all excited because the warhead came back to
Yes.
Earth. So are we supposed to assume that maybe she's the one who set off the missile?
It's a safe-ish assumption, I think, but it won't be the story that you're probably anticipating, and the nuke is probably not why you think it's there. So, you know, one of the things we like to do is sort of set up expectations at the end of the season and then kind of turn it on its ear. We're going to do that again. You know, with Mount Weather, Clark landing in that white room, oh my God, she's a prisoner again. And then for a little while we thought, wait a second, maybe it's not so bad here. And then, of course, it's like worse than you ever thought it was going to be. So maybe that's a formula? I don't know.
Are we going to see in the third season a lot of folks, or the groups that we think are allies, might shift alliances or change sides?
Yeah.
We have a lot of that coming up.
Yeah, we're telling sort of dueling. There's two huge stories that'll dominate the season. One is the sort of continuing conflict between the Grounders and the Sky People and the clans and the way that the world has evolved. And the other is this AI story that will sort of percolate along for a little while, get us used to what the vocabulary of it, and then they'll sort of collide in a really crazy way. Yeah. I mean, it's pretty much a free-for-all, I would say. I think nobody is safe. And that includes, number one on the call sheet and number two on the call sheet. I just feel like when the story is right, anybody could go. It's not about being shocking or provocative. It's just telling a good story, Yeah. So we will see. Not everybody will make it to the end. Just saying.
Often the show's cinematography and the landscape is kind of like a character itself.
Yeah.
Like you were saying, talk about that dynamic of that.
Yeah, I like scope, so I tell all the directors to sort of, give me a wide shot with the little characters in the foreground and let dialogue play over that. I don't need to always be here. I like to be here sometimes, but, I want to see that world. We don't have feature film money to make the show, and so, the woods are free. Mother Nature is free, and it's so gorgeous there. And so we try and show various sides of it. And this season we're going into some different woods, and we're going into some different geographies too. So the desert last season was like the best, I thought. I loved it. And the funny thing is, it's like if you went like that, you saw a rainforest. So our crew up in Vancouver they're magicians that they were able to do that. So anyway.
When the show started in the premiere 2 seasons ago, there was this kind of, oh my gosh, look, it's kind of Lord of the Flies.
Yeah.
Because you have maybe the actors themselves are perhaps older, but the characters they play are young, they're young adults.
Sure.
And they're put into pretty harrowing circumstances and situations. There's death, there's betrayal, there's chaos, there's survival. Has the shift in the reaction, through social media or through critics, has that changed over the last 2 seasons?
Well, I'm not sure if you're asking, does the reaction from the fans sort of direct the storytelling? Then no. It was sort of always the plan. When you start out, you don't quite know what a show is, and you're trying to sell it to a network, and the network that we are on is youthful. And so, the show started out as there was a big Lord of the Flies component, for sure. I leaned into that. But I also believe that when you are a group like that and the external forces are against you, that you come together, right? So that Lord of the Flies like internal conflict went away as the 100 became like a unit, battle-tested unit, and then it became about that existential threat and fighting for their lives, and Band of Brothers and the 100 are now sort of there's more in common between those people than with their parents that came down, and I think by the end of season 2 we see the Sky people in general now are sort of that, and so we'll see what goes on in it's even bigger in season 3, and we go out even further and we meet even more of the world and hopefully understand it better. So, okay. I am sure it was amazing.
Is it the sense? No, I just can't think of the main character.
Clark.
What do you think is more affecting her? The sense of betrayal by the ground, or the fact that she actually killed all those people?
I don't know what's affecting her more. Certainly, Lexa's betrayal hurt deeply. She trusted her. Came to very much care about her, was definitely attracted to her, and that was the beginning of something I think that could have been really special. And then Lexa did what she did, which is essentially betray her for her own people, right? The show's about, and that season in particular was about how dark would you go to get for your people, to save your people. In fact, there was a drinking game. Every time someone says "my people," take a drink, because it was "my people, my people, my people." And now, and then she had to do something equally horrible, or even more horrible probably, because all those people, innocent kids and people who would help them, died to save her own people. And so does she come to understand Lexa's choice? I don't know. We'll see. She'd already killed Finn. That was kind of a mercy killing, obviously, to prevent him from the horrible thing that was about to happen to him. But yeah, that's something that's sort of, the blood is on her hands, and now 300 more people are on her hands. So she's gonna have it. That's why she left. She couldn't handle it anymore, and we'll see where she goes.